Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at CRO. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to check that out in the top right-hand corner of the video so that you have more context. Now, I'm going to remove the large fib behind the small one so that we can focus on the smaller one. So you can see that we got rejected from 54 cents, and I did say that this is a potential resistance that is going to reject us because this is the golden ratio of this Fibonacci retracement at 54 cents. And as you can see, we do have the, I do apologize about that message. As you can see, we do have a swing high over here on November 24th, and the swing low is set up. Where's the swing low? Yep, there we go. And the swing low is set up over here at November 17th at 37 cents. So this gives us the golden ratio at 54 cents. And usually when you have a dead cat scenario, you typically print a high, you start retracing to the downside, and once you bottom out and start retracing to the upside, you run into the golden ratio here, and then you get sent back down for a lower low. Now, we are still in a downtrend effectively because you do have a swing high over here, a lower high, another lower high, and you do have a low over here, a lower low. So potentially, if we start losing this low, we are in a continuous downtrend. Now, there is still hope, guys. Do not worry. I'm not trying to scare you. You do have support below you. You do have this support zone anywhere from 37.5 cents to 34 cents, which is a great entry in my opinion. And if I zoom out a little bit over here, you can see that we do have this white trend line that we've been holding as support ever since June of 2021. And a potential bounce off of that trend line is something that is potentially in play because every time we have a bounce from this trend line, we have a move to the upside. And if we start, crashing down a bit harder, we start rolling a bit harder, I do think we can end up bouncing off of this white trend line. But what is also positive is that we are potentially creating a double bottom pattern here with this first low and this second low being over here. So if we land anywhere in 37 in this yellow rectangle in this buy zone, anywhere from 37.5 cents to 34 cents, we are potentially creating a double bottom pattern, with this being our resistance. If you start breaking that resistance, let me just give you the potential target from there. So let's say that is your target. So you are going to be in a target roughly to 78 cents. If you start breaking this swing high, and this means that you're going to have to break through the golden ratio, through the 0.5 and through the 0.382. Now, once you break through the golden ratio, at that point, I would say that you are potentially and most likely going to retrace all the way to 97 cents because breaking the golden ratio is your kind of is your sign that is telling you this asset is becoming more bullish and bullish. There are more buyers than there are sellers, and you are going to retrace to the first fib level or the 0 fib level over here. Now, let me just bring back the large fib that was behind us. There we go. So hopefully this isn't too confusing with two fibs being on the chart at the same time, but you can see that we do have the second fib level target at $1.43 and the 1.618 at 82 cents or 83 almost cents. And these targets were laid out many months ago when I laid the fibs on the chart, and I told you that the 1.618 is something that we will be targeting, and we ran into that zone perfectly and got rejected back down from there. And if you take a look at this smaller fib, actually, once again, then if you start losing this swing low right over here at 34 cents, you are going to be in a technical target to the 1.618, and currently that is sitting at 21 cents right over here, as you can see. This is the 1.618. So the same way you are in a target to the 1.618 after going through the first fib level to the upside, you are in a target to the 1.618 once you break through the first fib level to the downside. So it's just a mirrored version, right? So the 1.618 is going to be our target if we start losing this first fib level of this retracement. Okay, so just have that in mind. Obviously, below that we do have the white trend. Above that, we do have the white trend line that we need to hold as support. The 1.272, the 1.414. All these levels should hold us as support. But I do think we are going to get to the 1.618 if and only if Bitcoin starts crashing below 30K. At that point, I do think we potentially can have a deep pullback, because from where we are right now, that is a 50% pullback for crypto.com, and that would be quite negative in my opinion. So overall, if you look at the chart, it is looking kind of bullish, right? We are in a continuous uptrend over here, but we do need to start bouncing off some supports and potentially create this double bottom bullish reversal pattern. Now let's take a look at the daily RSI over here and see what is going on. So the last update was on February 10th. We lost this green trend line, and now we're losing this white trend line over here. So I'm going to give you one other support trend line over here. I did give it to you in the last video, I think, obviously, but 35.5 on the RSI on the index is a potential support level that you're going to get a bounce from, because you've done that previously multiple times. So historically speaking, this is an important support level on the RSI. So you should have this on your charts, and potentially when you start landing on this with your RSI, maybe potentially get into crypto.com dollar cost average, because from there you can have a nice bounce. So based on the RSI, you shouldn't even really be looking at the price action. If you have a bounce from this level, the price will appreciate obviously with the RSI. So that is regarding the daily chart. Now I do want to go into the Kucoin charts. Now jumping into the Kucoin chart, we are on the weekly chart here. So you can see I do have a Fibonacci retracement. We'll take a look at that on the 4-hourly chart, but I just wanted to get in on the weekly chart and show you the 35 EMA and the 55 EMA, because these are important major support zones that we need to hold in order for us to be bullish. Because if you start losing the 55 EMA, it will present a better buying opportunity, obviously, but at that point you would have lost the major support area of the 55 EMA. So ideally, I would like to see a bounce off of this area at 31 cents if we are going to continue with this dump, and potentially Biden has some bearish executive orders released next week. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, just keep an eye on the 35 weekly EMA and the 55 EMA. Those can be good entry points for you. If we take a look at the Stochastic Rsi, you can see that we are in the oversold here on the weekly, so this is a great entry point. And the weekly RSI is recovering from the all-time high here. As you can see, we were overbought, sitting at the index of 92, so we were very overbought here. And it's healthy that we're moving back down. We are resetting our levels, but we are losing this support trend line over here, which I don't really like. So potentially this is where we see a bounce on the weekly chart. I wouldn't want to see this lost. I do apologize. The charts did reset for me, so now I have to color everything once again. I do apologize. We'll do it quickly. There we go. So 50.8 on the RSI is your support level over here. Actually, it is a bit higher than that. So because you did have a nice bounce 2 times from this area, hopefully we can manage to get back above this RSI. There is also a potential support level here at the index of 47. We're gonna bring out that as well. So yeah, a couple of support levels on the weekly chart for you. Draw them out and have them on your charts. We're gonna remove, actually, you know what, I'm just gonna keep them. Now let's jump into the 4-hourly chart. Okay, jumping into the 4-hourly chart, the Stochastic Rsi is in the oversold. The RSI is in the oversold, and the MACD just printed a bearish cross, and it's getting a bit overextended to the downside. So what this tells me is that we are potentially bottoming out here. So we are printing a bullish divergence here on the RSI, because as you can see from this low to this low, we're printing a lower low, obviously you can see, right? But on the price action, you are printing a higher low. So this is called a hidden bullish divergence. So this is something that usually ends up with a move to the upside. Now, if we take a look at the Fib retracement here, we do have our swing high February 10th, and the swing low the January 22nd. So we are landing on the 0.382 here, which is a support level that we have at 41 cents. Below that, the next support level is going to be at 37, almost 38 cents. And like I said, if you are going to print this double bottom pattern, you're going to come down to this low at 32.5 cents. So that is something that you should be eyeballing potentially, because this will be your last great entry point if this will be our bottom. So that is pretty much it for the charts, guys. If I missed out anything, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to join me on Twitter. Follow me there. We do post technical analysis over there for some projects that we follow and for some that we don't usually on the channel. We have a Telegram chat and a Discord server with great communities, guys. If you have any questions, you need any help with anything crypto related, feel free to join in and ask away. And also, we do have a Patreon, which is a great way to support me and a great way for me to give back to those who support me. So feel free to join. Think of it as buying a cup of coffee, but instead of the coffee, you get, useful content for 30 days that will potentially make you a lot of money. So I'm going to make sure your investment in me pays off well. That is pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.